Aktcelebrityreads. I'm your host, Alexis K. Tyler. I'm downstairs cooking while I'm waiting for my stuff to finish. I'm gonna start with this, and I'm gonna go as far as I can go. This is a continuation of Trump, Donald Trump, running for president. Um, Thank you all for loving and supporting me and donating and checking on me, making sure I'm alive and I'm okay. I always love it when y'all ask me, am I hungry? Do I need any lunch? And, y'all will send me something to get what I need. So somebody in here put my cash up in here, make it clap, do what it do. I'm extremely exhausted. I've been up half the night. The past couple of nights, uh, I'm just gonna say this. I know because it sounded crazy to me. It's been about 3 nights now. Talking to the dead Donald Trump. I I'm saying he's dead because okay, there's a physical him. Um there might be more than two clones of him. Um The main one that you see out there, I don't think he had a tie on the other day. If he did, correct me, because I don't remember seeing. I guess I wasn't focusing on the whole body. I was looking at the face and the ear, and he was talking to me. The physical one that was shot was not talking to me, not physically talking to me. It was the dead Donald Trump that was talking to me. Why I'm saying it because okay, his soul and his spirit and the mind was outside of the physical body. So I was looking at both of them. The physical one was sitting in a chair. The other one had gotten out, the soul, the mind, the spirit got out of it. It looked like he might have been sustained on a machine, but it looks like they do this to important people, rich people, politicians, the ones that they put as puppets out in the front. Lord, this is who I don't even want to repeat. It's what he is saying, but it's not like we ain't heard it before, or I hadn't said Nipsey and other people have said it before. I don't know what this means, but I saw Nipsey in jail visiting somebody in prison. He's visiting somebody in jail, but he's also inside of a prison, or he might be going to different ones, visiting people and talking to them. So I'll wait to see. It must be somebody he knows that's in there that was already in there, or somebody could be going in and out of there, keep on doing shit to get relocked up. Could be somebody real close to him, close to his family. Gets in there for him to be so concerned and be in there. Okay. So he had said these things. John Singleton, all of these celebrities, a lot of these celebrities said the same things. That entertainment is very political and it is tied into all of banking and finance and all of sex trades and fashion industry, clothes, shoes, cosmetics, food, regions, territories. It's tied into every part, education, lack of education, and of course, religion. They got them all on lock. So when I'm looking at Trump, I'm like, oh my God, so you're dead? So they already killed you? That part of him, he's saying yes. I don't know what this means, okay? I try to get it the best I can. I'm still working on it because he's still talking. This is a goddamn mess because he the one down here, he a master mason. So he could not tell me like that. And I really believe that he's an elitist and I believe he's a white superior supremacist. Mm, Racist prejudice. I don't okay, I could be wrong. He I don't think he hates black people. I would say he feels that he is elite and he's superior to them. That's, you're not on the, you need to get on my level. And even if you get on my level, we rule the world and you don't. And when you did, you clearly did not stop us from tricking you or overpowering you or some of your people selling you out. So originally we know who you are, but we're not going to get into that. So because you we caught your ass slipping, or several of you, that the dirty Moors and you know males and females that want to sell you out. So we get in where we fit in. We all about psychology and bluffing and telling you one thing is a real another. Go look at the story of Shaka Zulu. So we caught you slipping. So yeah, thank you, China. I'm sure a lot of you already know that. I ain't telling you nothing you don't know. But this part blowed my mind. He said, he said, they got time travel machines. They have had them. They took them from our people and then created other variations of them of their own, like Nikola Tesla, Einstein. But they set up and killed Nikola Tesla and stole his invention because he didn't want to play. And he didn't want to ride the golden bent over. He wanted to give it free energy and technology to the public. They didn't want it like that. He said, we've been doing this since Egypt. We were in Africa and we stole that technology, but we were also inside of there. We inbred in there and we were taught the technology and we started using it from different old civilizations. You go through this, and also with our cloning labs, they also got that from our old technology. I was waiting because of my refrigerator buzzing. And that's what they did, and we started doing it back then. So you can keep on bringing a person back and back and back and regenerating them or taking your soul as you die, do a satanic ritual, or it doesn't even have to be satanic, and transfer your soul into a child. Or hang around and keep moving through the portal when someone's going to get pregnant so that your soul can enter. Those are agreements those families make to stay in power. So the one of him, I'm not sure if this is the fourth generation of the generation. You see what I'm saying? It almost looked like a hologram of him, but it might have been a fourth one. So that means he has four clones. Because for every human body or the humanoid body, they will create a clone, but then they have maintained his soul and his spirit. He'll go in the body. The physical one I seen down here that got shot, sitting down in the chair, because that one was mum. That one closed his mouth and locked the key on the motherfucker. He was like, I ain't telling you shit, but I could tell you like this though. And I'm like, oh, even though you prejudice, I see you talking to me, you don't mind. And he was like, I mean, I'm not really talking. I'm not telling you in the physical. I'm telling you in the astral. He was up in space. He was talking about a Star Wars program. And I think there's some type of Space Force, some type of program Donald Trump started when he was in office. And he said it's tied to NASA and like the space police. He said, and the physical police down here, everything you have down here, they have made the divine equivalent up there. Hotels, houses, laboratories, doctors, food. They got certain planets that got lakes on them, running water and shit all on them. You can go like a rocket real fast, come from Earth to go visit space like in the same day, and be up there and live and have all the luxuries. He said that's what the rich and that's what the elitists that believe they are elite, the part of the royal families, the reptile families that are really like the germs and the racist ones that took control from the original rulers of the planet and subdued them, just like Credo Mudwa was talking about. They know they are the Dogon, they are from Sirius, and they know all this secret knowledge, and they know about the reptilians, but there are also black people that have reptilians as well that kill and eat human flesh and eat other black folks and hunt other black folks. So a lot of you try to say, oh, we wouldn't do that, and black folks, it's shit. Look them up. It's plenty of black serial killers plenty of black murderers, plenty of black child molesters and child murderers, and plenty of black folks that crave and eat human flesh. You can look them up because they've been catching them coming out. It's something I've seen about these federal parks that Nipsey told me to tell y'all over a year ago. These people been coming up dead or dying while they're in there, says from heat or something else, disappearing still in these federal parks. They done got somebody, a serial killer, some murders, I think go back maybe what, to the 80s, 90s. Bodies coming up out the water, coming up out the ground. Didn't I tell y'all that was going to start happening? As you can see, there's still problems with these Boeing jets and Airbus Boeing jets, as I have told y'all when Nipsey first told it to me in 2019. I think he was assassinated. Okay. So Trump is telling me he is being put in place and he wants to, he said in his mind, he is similar to JFK. And he said if he go out, he'd rather go out with a bang in a high state of his presidency like JFK. He really admire and look up to him, and he just feel like he's a hell of a motherfucker. You can't tell Trump that he is not that motherfucking nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the number one stunner. You cannot. Always arrogant, talking shit. I do like that about him now. Now Trump is bad than a motherfucker cold. I just got to give it to him like I said. I mean, that doesn't mean that I excuse or don't acknowledge the other shit. Anybody that has that access to that much money and power is going to be raw like that. They have it and they exclude black folks, people of color. If you up there in it, they already know they're Masons too. And you have to take the oath, but you still not like one of them. A lot of them feel like you still just a nigga with some money. And that's never going to change. So he was talking about, we already have this in place. He said, even though they trying to say he's not a part of that system, Trump is a part of that system because they have an independent presidency or presidential election where you can run independent if you don't have the money and the support to be one of the top runners, and he's not in the independent one. He's not in the Green Party. He's a major contender, a major player. He told me he has secretly taken an oath like his father and the bloodline of his father. And looked like he might win, but he said he know if he get in there, he gonna be shot. And he said gonna be like JFK. And he said that's fine with him. He said because this ain't nothing but a simulated reality. This is a hologram. You live in a fake dimension. He said these things, whatever you see done, has already been done. He said I have relived and come through the time portal many times and been duplicated and recreated, and you get to pick. It's like pieces of a puzzle. I want to be in this race. I want to have this color hair. I want to have this color eyes. I want to be in political power. Yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. He said there's a whole committee because this is how they got power, through treachery, lying, bloodshed, guns, and deceit. He's in psychology. That's what he said, and that's what we do, and that's what we're going to always do. He said, but there's the committee, and there are different committees. He mentioned the UN. He mentioned the Council on Foreign Relations, the Bilderberg. He said he is secretly members of these things. And he said, like the pyramid, if you look at the pyramid structure of the Mason and employment, you will see that the peasants are at the bottom. And he said a lot of Europeans used to be peasants. He said some of them still are. They can't even wipe their shoes on my rug. So he don't like all white folks either. They have classes of whites or white trash, and it's not even poor trash. That's not what I mean. You don't have to be poor and white to be someone he wouldn't deal with. He called trash or a half breed or European. It's certain groups, ethnic groups of Europeans that he said I don't fuck with. They like trash to me and beneath me. So it's just, and these are things you can't change. I've even met elitist black folks that feel like, even though you black, I'm not black like you. You don't have my bloodline, you don't have my pedigree, you didn't go to the school my family go, you're not a debutante and all that shit. So it's you can't really change those prejudices and preferences and discriminations based on people's physical appearance or their class or their bloodline. Everybody has them. And you can't just say it's just whites, because all black folks I know not to fucking trust. Because they'll set your ass up and kill you because they like you. I'm not one of you. I'm not a part of you. I don't want you in here. You're not coming in this club. I've experienced it my whole motherfucking life. Okay. So he said, if I come in, he said, they finna fuck up this system. He said, this system finna fall. This money finna fall. The political structure finna fall. He said, we finna raise it back to a Reaganomics era. He said, where it's gonna be more pressure on black folks. He said, and we're gonna take the program, food stamp, Medicaid, reading program for little children, after school program, lunch. They finna cut all that fucking shit. If he get in there and he said, I'm secretly with this shit. I'm not gonna say I'm with this shit, but I'm with this shit. He said, because it's a whole group, and he's showing me the Confederate flag. He says, even black folks that have committed to me and agreed to the shit and denounced their own motherfucking people because of how they've been treated by black folks, they goddamn self. Military, ex-military, people that been in secret society and secret service. And he said, we finna tear it down on purpose because there must be a purging of more black people. He actually said it's a group of them that feel this way. Black folks and white people. Black Republicans now that feel this way. And some of them are not Republicans. They might not have an allegiance to either party. But they are a part of this system. Doctors, lawyers, scientists, teachers, because they're dealing with cloning food, vaccines, money systems, moving it to, you better get your, like I have told you before, get out the inner city, because that's where the shit is going to start. Your money, finances, or even get a separate place outside of there. They're going to release total mayhem in this bitch. Well, some of the polices, goddamn it, not polices will not be able to help you and will not get involved because they will not be available, or they will be firing them, or they will be paying them so low, and it will be so dangerous out here, they won't be able to survive. And people robbing, killing, stealing just to eat, just to live, just survive. A lot of these supply chains for food, clothes, basic supplies, car supplies, they're gonna dry up and shut down. It's gonna be like Mad Max or Thunderdome or The Purge. And he said, we're gonna sit back and safely watch this happen, because this has to happen for us to move into the new world order, he said, and to bring down the their Messiah, their bringer of light, to put the capstone on the pyramid, on the $1 bill. If you look at the $1 bill, you see the pyramid is not complete. It's not whole. The capstone, I don't think, kind of give me $1. Y'all can see, correct me if I'm wrong. It's not completely connected here. He said this Lucifer will be a bright and morning star, and he will come through the church. The Catholic Church, because they waiting and they look at astronomy and astrology, so they are preparing the time and preparing the palace for Satan, because there's two of them. It's Lucifer one, Satan is another. To really sitting in the Middle East. I hate to say it, but he got a house over there. He got a house in Rome. God damn it, up there at the Vatican. And one of his henchmen, his puppets, is going to sit in the United States. And they will be connected to what? AI technology. So that he could see and have all these followers and all these people that are followers and weak and easy don't think for themselves. They're going to see this big movement of people following this person. So either it's going to be a president, or it's going to be someone that's close to the president, or they want to become one. A very powerful person or spiritual leader, and he's going to move through politics, but move through the church. It's going to be these concentration camps, he said, and they're going to have it broke up where you go to jail, or you go to get reassignment on your thinking if you don't want to get with the program, or you get your vaccination, because Trump said that they got a program on that where they working on this new type. I gotta watch how I said it, because they'll say I'm lying. But see, I don't think I'm lying, though. I seen something about this here. He trying to act like he not down for this shit. That's why he's sitting there, like I told you, in that wooden chair, got his lip pressed together. You know how you do his mouth. Pressed his lip together real tight. So that way it's like I am not betraying the brotherhood. Because I'm not telling Alexis this shit. The dead me. The one that's done been down here and been in it, that done now, I'm on the other side, but the nigga can come in and out. That's what people don't know. But I knew this one I seen was dead. He said they had JFK'd me, like, because that's what I wanted. I want to go out with a big bang. You know how dramatic he is and everything go down in history, because we still talk about JFK. We still in love with goddamn JFK. I remember my grandmama was crying. They had 3 people on the goddamn wall. MLK, JFK, and Jesus, goddammit. They had the little pyramid up there. That's what my grandmama had. That's what people had in the project. They are, yes, and because that is this fake to you, but that is their Messiah. That is their real Messiah that they bow down to. And the reptilian king, the reptile god, the serpent king, that is vicious and takes the soul of humans and eats children, loves to eat human flesh, said that they're gonna pull out. They got these militia groups and military people that are secretly protected by government shadow organizations, and they're gonna say, well, you know, we don't want. I keep feeling a strong segregation where they already doing it, or they can't really do it, goddamn it, because you know the way they want to, because it's illegal. But it's a lot of these white folk don't want to be around black people. They don't want to be around people of color, period. And some of them gonna say, well, you know what? Fuck you, and fuck this shit, and fuck the law, and fuck the police, and fuck the mayor, and fuck the governor, and fuck whatever laws, because now it's so much chaos. We can do what we want to do, and we're going to dominate this particular territory. And them niggas know they better not come up here. They will get shot. And just like they got that book on when there becomes a race war, they will be roasting and eating black folks like they already have secretly fucking done for years. And they're gonna say, you know, y'all niggas stay over there, we stay over here. I just seen groups of black folk back like slavery time, walking in the rain, ain't got no umbrella, ain't got no decent clothes, cause all the stoves and shit done closed, ain't got a whole bunch of choices of food. But you know what, I don't, oh boy, I don't like repeating this. I think I've said something like this before. If you I have been saying that you need to stock up on everything, and white folks know this, and that's what they're doing to prepare for that time. Trump is saying this has to happen because we have watched all the scholars, we've read the scholars, we know the secret documents, we know the biblical text, we have changed around the biblical text, and we have taken out a lot of very important books of the Bible that we only give to people that we consider peasants or that we want to keep down. So we have aligned our agenda with theirs, with the Bible, and with the thinking of our ancestors that have ruled through bloodshed and just take what we want and mass murder and human sacrifice. And we know we will be successful. We know we will win because we keep on cloning. We keep regenerating ourselves, and we keep dominating and controlling technology. So we will make sure our people stay on top, and we have our designer babies, our designer children. We design to create the laws, and now that something is not going or has not gone the way they wanted it to down here, and a lot of people have woke up and risen up and the real chosen ones of color have woke up and risen up, and there's ones that um even white people in the government that are not racist, that didn't like what they did, they have started secretly disseminating the information, or people that had access to the information started to disseminate it, and like, oh, this is to make sure that we are successful and we lock this down on earth as it is in heaven, and which would be the heavens, the stars, the dimensions, the planets you don't even know about. They don't even want us to know about. Don't tell us unless you studied and been inside of those societies. And you'll even see like some of these black scientists, what Neil deGrasse, he doesn't even disclose these things we need to know. He's not going to be famous and be talking and shit and take the goddamn oath and up there fucking telling on motherfuckers. I see that now. You only get out in public and you only get a certain amount of shine if you are bowing down to the code and going along with it, or they will ruin you for trying to mess up their agenda. They're not going to let you mess up their agenda if they could help it. He said, we will be successful. We will bring in this new world order. Go back and listen to that old Bush speech. I remember I was watching that speech. He said, we will usher in a new world order and we will be successful, goddammit, because he knew his ass had been here before with his daddy. They back here now. It's just, see, like I said, as y'all know, a lot of people want to laugh at me and what I say, and I'm crazy. And shut up, she talking about she got a mental problem. Okay, that's fine. Let me keep it, because I'm seeing these things I would have not seen. And people talking about, oh, it's a clone, and Dick Gregory said it's a clone with a blue tie. One is real. One got a red tie. One got a blue tie. No, it's 4 of them. And I got to talk to the one who physically won't tell me nothing, but in his mind, he got out. He was at a angle above the body. So that if you, God damn, I just thought about that. If you run the angle together, that I seen him sitting that directly perfect line above the angle, and this nigga to the goddamn, his chair was to the left. So he didn't want to talk to me from the left. He knew, to be honest and to be righteous, he went up above his body at an angle to the right. And he was speaking, that one, the dead one, was speaking to me because he know everything, because he everything is still contained within him. Heart, mind, soul, spirit, all the chakras is lined up. And then he said, now when I finish telling you, the body I seen above it that looked like the etheric body, like a white outline, but behind it, all I seen was space. He said, that's where I am. He said, not no heaven or no hell. You decide where you want to go. You decide what your life going to be, what your fate is going to be, because we have the technology and the knowledge to make it happen. Now he's just showing me vampires and bloodshed. Be careful where you go, who you deal with, who you trust, who you let hang around your house and shit, and let your children hang around. He said, because we're in a bloodletting season right now. We're in a vampire season where they need a certain amount of blood right now to get ready to do these rituals. And he said, and it's been to be, he said, when I get in there, if it don't quite happen, he said, me and Biden go along with this here. All them folks underneath is cool and playing a role. See, now one of him is in a wheelchair and go in and out the old folks' home. Goddamn it, Biden, because you know this motherfucker here, he just got cotton candy for in his head. It ain't even no. I don't look. I ain't gonna get on him right now, but they all in it together. Goddamn it, I mean, he can even talk to JFK if he want to. Shit, he already talking to Hoover with his dirty motherfucking undercover half breed ass. That's a dirty motherfucker right there. He talking to him. He said, he said, I talked to Nixon. Now, see, that'll tell you something. That other man that was with him, he be around him and talking to him. What is his name? That man was so dirty and low down and racist. That was his lawyer. It was Trump's. Damn, I see him. Because I think they made a movie about him called Angels in the Outfield. Very intelligent. Came from a Jewish family, but were undercover messing with boys. And he was a top and a bottom. And he thought his money and power could just protect him and getting a shot and medicine go away, died from full-blown AIDS. And I think That's right, Cohen. Thank you, baby. And black person, I think a nurse or something had to take care of him. And I think in the movie he said, I don't want you, and I don't deal with niggas or some shit like that. I don't want no black folks taking care of me. Okay, she said only 3 people have donated. So you have to decide if you want to support this message or you want more of this information, because this is too difficult for me to get. I am extremely exhausted. So I'm not going to keep sitting here trying to stream all this shit and download this shit, knowing that I don't really feel comfortable discussing this in a goddamn way, not in public. He with him, they see them. He said we have a whole nother level of what we do with a egg and sperm. And some of this is not even human, completely human in the DNA, although it looks like a human. We have special talents. All of our children are extremely gifted. They have some type of gift unless they come out retarded. And if they come out retarded, a lot of that time that's from the gene mixing. If they didn't do it directly, it's in that bloodline some kind of way, trying to hold that blood, hold certain reptilian energies, hold money, and hold power. So he said it's really like a designer. He's like I said, they've been doing this. They got it from our ancestors and basically copied them, and then suppress and start to kill them off and take their thrones like they did in England. If you Google the old coat of arms or the Google English royal coat of arms, you will see niggers on the front of the royal coat of arms where the Queen of England is. That was first black. So was Egypt. And white supremacists, or they teach their children because they don't want them to know the truth, or they don't want to accept that, but you can't deny it when you look at scientific data and how old black folks and white folks is. You will see, and the skin, because they refuse to give out more skin to black scholars and scientists that wanted to test the skin to see how much melanin was in the skin of the pharaohs. They didn't want to do it because they knew they were black and they don't want to admit that shit. They were older and came first. So they got this technology from them and went and burned the Library of Alexandria in Egypt after they stole all of the books, and they're in the Vatican. They're stored in there where they study, so they know more about you than you do. I'm not going to say all black people had that royal ancestry, because they do not. Even when Egypt was thriving and black pharaohs ruled, every black person was not a pharaoh or a queen or related to one. There was a large population of just regular people. And then there was the royal people, and they inbred with each other. Black folk were fucking each other too. So this is not just a white thing. Y'all need to really study and go backwards and realize that's not the truth. I don't know what you're talking about, Clyde, but no, the first ones to rule were Moors, and then not Queen Elizabeth. Is that what you're saying? Because that's not true. The Moors ruled Europe for a period of time, and they are on the royal coat of arms. You can tell it's black people on there before the whites bled it out and inbred with them. I know folk who food stamps for Trump, and I don't know he gets in there how, because it's not just him; it's the people that control the presidents that set these agendas. And I've seen some on the news now how in Georgia is the only state that won't let you get Medicaid unless you have a job, which is actually ridiculous because a lot of these people don't have any resources, and they'll make them work, and then they put a cap on that just for the person to get medical treatment. And Biden is saying the state did not apply for reinstatement or approval for, I guess, what, 24, 25. And so he refused their application, denied their application for renewal of the Georgia Medicaid program. So if that's the case, a lot of these women and children and other people that rely on it are going to go without health care. And so when the Republicans get in, it will be even worse. What you say, China? I'm looking down here. Yeah, the shadow government runs everything. What you say? You even see the Pope kissing their feet. The in private, the Black Madonna, the Black Virgin Mary. That's the original one, and take that back where to Ethiopia. That would be the original one, or where the original Bible is. Um, let's see what I missed in here. He said I'm related to Akhenaten. Okay. Food stamp. That's in the Smithsonian. Oh, okay. What you saying, China? The Moors? Is that what you're saying? Because I want to understand. I don't want to misunderstand you. Are you saying the old coat of arms with the Moors on it is in the Smithsonian? Because you can also see them on Google. I'm just trying to be clear. I'm not trying to start an argument. I'm just trying to understand what you're saying. Um, I don't see it. I'll wait for you to respond. Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you, China. Yes, yes. Because I'd seen it and I read some. I don't know everything about history yet, but I'm playing catch up, learning the best I can. Um, and he's saying this is what it's going to be because that's what we want it to be because that's the only way that. Thank you, Joseph. That's a beautiful name. I love that, Joseph. Yes, the Space Force is part of the Galactic Federation. Yes, he said we are all together. And it's things that Trump is hiding that he's lying about. Like he ain't with no racist agenda. He ain't with that uh racist Make America Great Again in this new program here. Well, he talking about these vaccinations and the resources being taken from black folks that need it, or poor people, period, that are suffering and struggling from this. He's down with this shit, and he told me. He started telling me 3 days ago, and I said, "What the fuck? I just told you? Oh shit! You that's the dead you, and that's the physical you right now that they shot around your ear. Goddamn it! I mean, it's two of y'all." He said, well, actually, it's four. He said, all of us got a counterpart that's dead. I, you know what? I don't know if they tortured them and killed them or this man is advanced. He got all the JFK files, the Nikola Tesla, anything dealing with space science technology. Trump is with that shit. Biotech, money, investments, different forms of money. He got his hand in all of them. You'd be smart to have your hand. You would too, if you could. But the thing is, this is some diabolical shit because they're going to wipe out a large segment of another race of people, another group of people, and taking their resources because they know they don't run and control nothing. That's what he told me. And he said, even if I didn't want it, let's say I didn't want to participate in it, he said, then I'm gonna be JFK. God damn it. He said, but a part of me, he said, a lot of these agendas you see go down, and you're like, oh, that person, they didn't have to do that, and they shoot that person. He said, I already know what I signed up for. I already know what I agreed to. He said, all of us up here, we all do. We had the technology from the masses, so they don't even know this exists. They just hear that it's possible or that it's a theory. He said, we've been living this theory for thousands of years. He said, so I know how I'm going to go out to ascend to like a god, like a king status, to make me a mortal on the planet. He said, when you come in, you out like in space, and you get to see and hear the cheering, the murder, the crying, the pain, the life, the death. He said, you get to see all of it, and you get to experience like you are, like Tupac said, staring at the world through my rear view, scream to God. He can't hear you because that God right there, he said, that doesn't exist. And it doesn't exist for us. We don't call that God. We don't need to. Our gods are the higher beings that we move through AI technology and through religion and politics. They control us and tell us what to do. And they live through us and eat through us and conspire through us. So I'm just, he said, even if I didn't want to do this, I'm telling you how it's going to go. He said, I promise you, this is how it's going to go. We've already designed. We are the architects for the simulation. We had a blueprint, and when we want to alter it, we go back in the time portal and we change time. We change a circumstance. We wind it back or forward, or rewind or fast forward, or just delete. That's where y'all are talking about this predictive programming shit. He said that's nothing. Because what the archons kind of torment and a negative, he's talking about gods above. Those are not gods. Those are not the extraterrestrial beings that are in Nixon and all the other ones and that run the White House. All these things are set up by design. And so he's saying, and this is what I agree to, because I'd rather be on this side than the bottom and be nothing and nobody. So I have come back. He said, I've left and I've come back several times. I know which one to use, what time to use it. He said all of them have been done this way. All of them have been cloned and programmed. And they choose their life and they pick the program like you're at a vending machine. Okay, this time it's going to be this. But they'll have several lifetimes where you see the body. Usually the dirtier they are, the longer they live. 80, 90 years, 100 years. They don't be in that body. They be dead, goddamn. I mean, shit. And it be another of them come, they bring them to visit, and they just don't let you see them. But they see them. And they know. Just like he did that, he slick. Like I told you, he told me, And I looked at both of them, and every time the one that's physically dead says something, I look back at the one that got shot, that's sitting there in the chair. He'll look at me and then prep his mouth real tight like, I'm not telling you anything. I'm telling you, but I'm not telling you, goddammit. I cannot, because they'll know if I told you from this body, the vibration of it, the breath change, the pupil dilation, the heart rate and shit, the way my mouth moves, even the sensors in the skin, down to the minute pores in the skin. He said they'll know and I won't be able to lie. So I'm not opening my goddamn mouth. You're going to have to, he said, I know you can see. So you look at the other one and I tell you through the other one, they can't get me for that one because they can't really read, completely see and read souls. Even though they can measure the weight of a soul, it's very small, but his is very big, which tells me he has a lot of ranking in those realms. So that's a little bit I know for now. Y'all want to support me and what I motherfucking do, y'all hit my cash up, make it clap. I'm checking my food and give me a little rest because I'm tired from being up with them. They don't like to talk in the day. They like to talk I guess when everybody laid down or certain, they like to talk when it at night, when it late. So I ain't want to miss it. I want to, because I'm like, what the fuck is this? He's saying there's a lot of demonic activity, so you better protect yourself and do psychic self-defense in these human bodies, because a lot of them are secretly consorting with and drinking blood of some of these babies that they delivering and eating the umbilical cord and placenta. Like, said some of these people that like midwife helping people give birth, they take it and do rituals and cause certain man, look. But I'm gonna get back into that later on. Oh, thank you, Ashe Marie. But baby, one person ain't enough for all these motherfuckers that I know be motherfucking in here and listening. So give me a minute. I'm gonna go ahead and check on my chicken. I don't want it to burn. And thank y'all for loving me and supporting me. I love y'all too. And I like to support y'all with information and knowledge and keep y'all abreast of what I be seeing and hearing and shit. I love y'all. I'll talk to you soon.